Before you head out to the polls tomorrow to vote, you need to make sure you have one very important item with you, a government-issued or university photo ID. For the first time ever, Alabama voters will need it to cast their ballots. Mobile County Commissioner Merceria Ludgood is here with us in the studio this morning. Good morning, and thanks for being here.
Good morning.
Okay, so what do we need? We need a picture of us, but it's a specific picture of us.
Yes, it has to be either the free photo voter ID, a valid driver's license, which means it hasn't expired, it hasn't been revoked or suspended. It can be a current passport, it can be a military ID, a current school university ID, but it has to be valid. The key to it is that it has to be a valid ID.
It's a good point. So no expired driver's license, no revoked, no suspended. You can't have graduated from college 2 years ago and be bringing that to use as your voter ID.
Right.
Okay, so if you don't have one, you mentioned there's a free way to get them.
Yes. There's a free photo ID that you can get from the Board of Registrar's office in the Mobile County Government Plaza Annex, where probate court is located. Now, today is a state holiday. Today is Jefferson Davis's birthday, so they will be closed today, but you can actually get it on election day. So if you go to the polls, thought you had the right ID and they say this is insufficient, you can leave the poll, go to probate court, to the annex, and get a photo voter ID tomorrow.
Okay, good to know. Don't try to do that today. You need to go do that tomorrow.
Yes.
Okay, and then, you know, if you show up and you forget your voter ID, your picture ID, but you're ready to vote, can you still vote, or do you have to go home and get it, or how's that working?
There are a couple of things that can happen. The main, I would suggest really that people go and make sure you have it before you walk out of the door. Like if you're getting on an airplane, how you have to make sure you have your ID. Make sure you have your ID before you leave the house. But if you don't, there is a way in the law that allows for 2 election officials who know you to swear out an affidavit that you are who you say you are, and then you can cast your ballot. But that's risky because given the size of some of our polling places, you may very well be in the right place to vote and they may not know you.
Right. Right.
So you need to just have your ID.
Okay, so make sure you have your ID with you when you go, and if you don't have one, don't go today to get one. You can go tomorrow because it's closed today, but we'll be back open tomorrow. Current driver's license, current college ID, passport picture, all of that stuff is
military
acceptable.
ID, yes, as long as it's valid, and it has to have a photo.
Very good. County Commissioner Merceria Ludgood, thank you so much for stopping by and making sure we know what the rules are going to be for the election tomorrow. And be sure to keep it tuned here to Fox 10 News for all of